So the first thing you're going to need is obviously a Breyer horse. Now, here's the horse I'm using, and I would recommend using a horse with ears that are straight forward, not like back or anything, because it can be easier for a crown to go on their head. But it's totally up to you. Whatever horse you want to use is perfectly fine. But if you just want to make things a little more easier for you, I'd recommend using a horse with these kind of ears. So you're going to need a horse. You're also going to need glue. I'm using liquid glue, but you don't have to have liquid glue. You can use the regular stick glue if you want. It's up to you, whatever you have or whatever you want to use. It's completely up to you. The next thing you want to have is one piece of printing paper. This is just a paper that's in your printer. Yeah, just one piece of it will do. Yeah. You are going to need some scissors. Yeah, some scissors. You are going to need those. You're going to need a paintbrush. Then of course your paint. I'm using black paint, but you can use whatever kind of color you want, and make sure it is acrylic paint because acrylic paint doesn't require water. So yeah. If you want to go for a more realistic look when you're making your crown, I would suggest using a gold, since that's the color crowns usually are anyways. But if you really don't care, use whatever color you want. Pink, yellow, green, whatever. I'm using black just because, I don't know, I like black, and so yeah. A hot glue gun is very important to have. If you don't have one of these, they're pretty much at like every craft store. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. Yeah. And along with the glue gun, you will need, of course, the glue sticks in case you run out. So yeah. And then you will need some rhinestones. These I got in a big bin from Hobby Lobby as well. They basically have a flat end to them. See, this side is flat, and on the other side it has the actual gem. So this thing was $14.99, 15 bucks, but I'm pretty sure they have smaller ones, so just make sure to get some rhinestones. If you can't find these, well then I'm not sure what you can use, maybe like beads or old earrings or something, I don't know. But these are really good to have. I really recommend these because these are kind of the main part of the whole crown itself. Then the last thing you will need is a napkin. Or you can use paper towel or newspaper, whatever you want to use. I just grabbed a napkin because it's pretty small and, you know. So yeah, you will need a napkin definitely. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and plug in your hot glue gun. That way when you need it, it's all nice and hot and ready to use. So go ahead and plug that in right now. What you're going to need to grab is your scissors and your one piece of printed paper. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cut the edge of a printing paper 1 inch. So like your thumb is 1 inch. So 1 inch in a straight line till the end right here. So if you need a ruler, you can do that as well. Sorry, I didn't mention using a ruler. But we're just going to cut that right now. Now, when you're done cutting one strip, it is fine if it's uneven. It does not have to be perfect. But when you're done cutting that one strip, go ahead and cut a second one. Okay? Now, if you wanted your strips to come out straight, I would recommend using a ruler because obviously it's not straight, but I mean, I don't really care. So once you've cut that, you need to grab your horse and you're going to measure the horse's head like this. So grab your piece of printing strip, wrap it around its ears until it curves around completely, and then measure it. So when it stops, so you see how it stops like right here, you're going to hold it there and cut it there. So basically, you're going to cut it like that. Okay. Now you're going to get the same exact other piece and you're going to wrap it around. You're going to line it up with this one and you're going to cut it off where it ends so that way it's even. Okay, so now that I have lined it up, I'm going to cut it off where it ends. Okay, then you're going to grab your horse one more time, and you're going to measure it one more time. Now the reason why we're using 2 pieces is that way it's thick enough. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to glue it. And of course, this is when your glue is going to come in use. Do not use a hot glue gun because it's too hot and it will most likely just go through the paper and it will look all bumpy and it won't look good. So use this kind of glue. Once you have glued the two pieces together, once again, wrap it around the horse's head, like so, and find an area where you want to glue it and glue it off. So, like this. It's kind of hard to explain, but you get the gist of it. And then, once you have found that place, just go ahead and glue it right here. So now you have a little complete circle looking thing. Go ahead and put it on the horse's head, and since it is very tall, it is 1 inch, go ahead and cut it to the desired length. So I want it to be about like right here, so I'm just going to grab it like this. I'm going to squeeze it together like this, so it's like one big square block, and I'm going to cut it diagonally like this, not like this. Don't cut it like this, cut it like this, and I'm just going to cut it where I want the length to be. So I want it to be right about here. Again, if you want it to be very straight, use a ruler. I'm winging it right now. And then open it back up. Straighten out the edges. And then there you go, you got yourself a crown, but we are not done yet. So, the next thing you gotta do is you're going to grab your paintbrush and your paint, and you're going to paint the entire crown. If you want to paint it on the inside too, you can. I'm not going to. But also, if you want the crown to have a little bit of a more edgy kind of texture, or not texture, but a little look, you can go ahead and cut out triangles to make it have that kind of jagged actual crown effect. I'm going to do that right now, so yeah. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you cut it in a little triangle kind of thing. If you don't know how to cut it like this, you basically just grab it, and then, here, let me get another piece of paper. You grab it like this, you cut it slanted like this, and then you go the other way slanted to where it meets at the point at the top, like that, and then you rip these points out, and then you begin right here where this little edge starts, like that. And then you do it again, all the way around, and it makes a kind of little jagged kind of up look. Now, the next step is painting it, so go ahead and do that. And this is when you want to set down this napkin or paper towel, whatever you used, go ahead and set it down. That way when you're done painting, you have something to set your paintbrush down so you won't get your desk or whatever you're on dirty. Alright, now I have painted the crown. I did not paint the inside. I didn't want to. It would have looked better, but I'm too lazy and I don't feel like it. But if you want to paint the inside, you certainly can. So now, the last and final step, we are going to add the rhinestones. Now, let's talk about these rhinestones for a second. Okay, so if you have the ones I have, you know they come in different sizes. They have the really big ones, they have the medium-sized ones, and they have the really small ones, like so. Now, if you want to do a pattern, you can do that. You can do like big, really small, big, or big all the way around. I'm going to do big all the way around. But if you cut your crown too short, you have to do it over again because it probably won't fit on the crown. See, if I cut it any shorter, it wouldn't have fit, especially since I did the little triangle thing at the top. So, whatever pattern you want to do, go ahead and do it. Get your hot glue out, and I'll show you me doing that real quick. Alright, now I have finished making the crown. It looks really cute. It has the gems all the way around, and it has a black coat. And yeah, it looks really cute. So now the only thing left to do is put it on your horse. And also, I chose the little diamonds to be gold. You can do whatever color you wanted. It doesn't matter. And then there. Oh, he looks so cute. Now, if I would have painted the inside black, it would have looked a lot better, to be honest with you. But this was just to show you how to do it. So I might go back in and do it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this little DIY tutorial thingy-jiggy. And make sure to subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!